Okay, there we go. It says we're recording. So thank you so much to Julia and Helen for joining. Jules is under the weather and has like 9 Stella and Dot events going on this week. So major kudos. Oh, looks like we have somebody else. Oh, it is Annabelle. Excellent. Hey, doll.
Hello.
Hi. I was going to say, we can see you.
How are you?
We're good. We've got Helen and Jules on as well. So this is great. We've actually got like our 3 big teams represented tonight. So this is fantastic.
Yay.
And Annabelle and I had a nice conversation this morning at 6 a.m. my time, but she thought it was 5 a.m. because of the time change. That threw me for a loop. Thank you for that. So nice to now see your face. Okay, I came back from the gym. My husband dragged me this morning, even though I was like, it's the first day of the month. I have so much work to do. And I came back feeling so exhausted and depleted because I'm still fighting this flu that I had last week. It's like I'm just not totally recovered. And he was like, what can I do? Do you want coffee? Do you want a green juice? And I was like, no, I'm going to look at reports. And oh my God, you guys, I'm so pumped up. I love this. Like, it's so exciting. If you haven't done it, if you need a little energy, especially you guys that have got some pretty meaty teams, it is so fun to dig in. Helen, when you texted me, I was like, what? I'm looking at you right now. So it's so fun. I only got about a third of the way through the team. But some people are so set up for success. It's really exciting. So if you want to give yourself like a burst of energy, go in. Annabelle, you were the last person I looked at. Oh my God, I can't even believe we didn't talk about this morning, but we'll get to it in a minute. So I was bad. It was all about me this morning and not you. How does that happen? Bad leader. Bad.
Oh.
Okay, so Rocktober. Let's just talk real quick about October. Pretty darn good. You know, it's so challenging for you guys having half term in that last week. It's a huge month here in the U.S. because everybody's got their nose to the grindstone and, you know, just runs it up to the last week. But I know for you guys, I remember this, you know, it's hard when you're like, I need to take a mental break. I need to charge up for November. And Delaney's texting me and emailing me and Facebook posting and what have you. So, you know, kudos for pulling it out in the end. We signed up 18 new stylists. That is really good. I am super psyched by that. And with them extending the stylist special, this is our chance to reach out again to those people that maybe slipped through the cracks. So it goes till Wednesday the 9th. I also know for a lot of people with, you know, the last day of the month being Halloween, and there might have been some people that wanted to connect and didn't reach out. So when you're talking to your teams or even for yourself, I know Julia just did a sponsoring blitz on social media. She put up a gorgeous post about 10 minutes ago, Julia? That was really nice.
Yeah.
So, you know, let's give it that last ditch effort and really encourage your teams that if they did kind of feel like they dropped the ball and didn't reach out to people in those last 3 or 4 days of the sign up special, like it's not too late. Do it now. Just a text message. I'm sure I haven't seen it yet. Maybe you guys have. I haven't seen marketing that says sign up special extended, but there'll probably be something that you can just literally, you don't need to harass people at this point, but just a quick text message. Like, just in case you didn't get to this and you still are considering it, you know, give it a go. And then I'm going to do, for those 18 new stylists, we're going to do a new stylist training at 8 p.m. your time on Wednesday. So I was literally just in the midst of posting it on Facebook. So tag your new stylist. I've done a welcome to all the new stylists within the body of the post, but then if you guys can tag and encourage. And Annabelle, we were talking about this morning, like this is kind of like gravy on top of the new stylist trainings that their sponsor would be doing. But hopefully this will alleviate a little pressure and time too, that you guys are working with the new stylists on that like 45-minute, 1-hour meeting where you really understand their goals and their why, and then start talking to them about booking their trunk shows, helping them create their big list. The overview that I give focuses more on philosophies, some definitions and terms, and then I do get into that whole strategy of 4. I don't think we can, you know, the power of 4 trunk shows and having that 5th trunk show in your hip pocket. I don't get much past that. I always try and talk a little bit about hostess coaching or overcoming trunk show objections, but I don't get to dive deep into that. So then I assume that you guys are having those weekly touch bases where then you're helping them with their specific situations of how to book trunk shows, the people that they're reaching out to, helping them get their big list even bigger, all those kind of normal challenges that we all face. So, if you can get them to watch it, great. It will be on Facebook Live, so they can, find it. You can tag them on it, and they can watch it at their leisure. Of course, the more interactive it is, the better. So if you can actually get them to do it right then and there, that's great. Because then if they do have questions, we can go back and forth, which is wonderful. So we had 2 promotions in October, which was really exciting. Amy Dobbs and, well, actually, sorry, we had 1 promotion to associate was Amy Dobbs this month, and Kate Schilling had made it in September. And so we had the contest for the associate stylist. Anybody who promoted an associate stylist and anybody who promoted 2 associate stylists got their name in the hat for the $100 of a beauty card of their choice. So whether it was John Lewis, wherever they want it. So because of Kate, Helen, your name was in the hat last time, but you didn't get it. So your name is now in the hat again. And then we also have Amy Dobbs, and Joe was her sponsor. So I'm going to ask you guys to help me with this, and then I'll post it this later on today. I've numbered the 3 people that are in the drawing, Amy, Helen, and Joe, to pick a number. And actually, you know what? Helen, pick a number between 1 and 3, and let's see if you win.
Ooh, let's go 3.
Oh, that is Amy Dobbs. You were 2. But that's okay. That's exciting, because that actually means the people that won are the people that promoted,
that's good.
It's pretty fun. So, all right. So I will announce that later, that Amy won the card, and I will get those out to you guys tonight. So now let's move on and talk about what they've termed Morevember. And are you guys totally overwhelmed by all the stuff on offer right now? And does it feel overwhelming? Because it kind of does to me. And I don't know if it's just senility and menopause, but my head is spinning.
No, there's a lot going on.
Okay. So I thought, besides just normal training tips, let's kind of go through what's going on and talk about how we can use these to, get our teams motivated. So there's the sign-up special that was extended. So definitely maybe send a little message to your gals or anybody that had some perspectives, and just nudge them and remind them to utilize it. Lead by example, guys. You do it. All your team is probably on your Facebook page, your personal page. So when you do something, they'll see that you're doing it, and that just naturally will inspire them to follow suit. The hostess bracelet. There's a lot of questions around it. So I don't know if you guys know this, but in the U.S., we don't do hostess gifts. So this is new in the U.S. So if anybody ever complains about, in the U.S. gets everything, we get nothing. No. We don't get the hostess bracelet. There's no hostess gift ever. It's just the rewards. And the rewards aren't even as high also, to be honest. So this hostess bracelet is a whole new thing, but there's some really particular rules around it. So make sure that you guys have read the FAQs. I'm not going to waste our time and go through it right now, but at least so you guys know how it works. But we should definitely take advantage of it. I texted, I would have liked 1 more trunk show, but I'm actually I can't let these bracelets go to waste. So I'm actually going to hopefully secure 2 more. And I literally only have 2 more dates where I can comfortably book trunk shows. So for me, it's very specific. And one of them was because somebody canceled, or postponed to December. So what I'm doing is just taking those images and texting kind of my, just as people that have kept saying they want to do a trunk show, I've never been able to pin them down on dates. I'm sending them the image of the bracelet. I'm sending them a quick text with something familiar first of, haven't seen you at the gym or, what have you. And then just sending the picture and saying, listen, I just had a cancellation for, I think it's November 17th that I'm trying to fill. I just had a cancellation for November 17th, and I wasn't going to replace it. However, our Stelline Dot just sent this notification or this announcement about the free bracelet if you book a trunk show between now and the 20th. Would you like that date? So, really, and then no pressure, it's a gorgeous bracelet, whatever, like short and sweet and just very casual. And the last couple times I've done this with similar items, I've booked trunk shows just very casually with people that it wasn't like the normal grind, if that makes sense. So kind of that casual, just quick little text message, and we'll see what happens. I sent 3 out this morning, haven't had a response yet, so we'll find out. So encourage your gals to use those hostess bracelets, and then make sure you do know the FAQs in case they come back. And then I tagged Helen. I don't know if I tagged you. I tagged Joe, but head office is doing a booking blitz, and Sam did an announcement on the All Stylist UK page.
Yeah.
So tag your girls on that. And then I'm going to create this afternoon. I have so much to put on our Facebook page. I don't want it to be overwhelming. You guys, Tish Mefford has posted at least 15 or 16 things today on her Facebook page. And I get lots of inspiration from her. I'll be honest. I pinch and steal from her. And, she, time zones a little bit before me. So it's like really perfect. But oh my God, she's going hog wild. So I'm going to try and like spoon feed it and not overwhelm people. But between all the October recognition and all the stuff going on this week. But Annabelle, I think after our conversation this morning, like we've got to do a booking blitz because it's the beginning of the month. I think people are going to be really pumped up, and we should do it. And you guys, look, Annabelle has donated this gorgeous water bottle. So cute. Isn't it so cute? So we're going to use this as our booking blitz prize. So we're going to encourage everybody to do the Sam booking blitz and, do her calls, which are always so great. She's so wonderful. And then I will do a post with Annabelle's pretty bottle. And then everybody tags on that their response, how well they did. And I think we'll run it all week. We'll do it Monday through Friday. We have, as a team, 170 trunk shows for the month. Last year at this time we had 230. So that's actually not so far off because we do have less stylists. But there are loads of people that just have one trunk show, maybe 2. Tons and tons and tons of gals, which some of them haven't sold anything all year. So this is really exciting that they're re-engaging. But let's encourage them just to do a little bit more, because if you're going to max it out, this is the time to do it. So if they're doing a trunk show for one hostess, they're going to have enough jewelry, or they're going to be borrowing jewelry. They should also maybe do their own double dip, something like that. So let's encourage them to get those numbers up. And actually, Annabelle, just because you're fresh in my head, you have 73 trunk shows on your team, something like that. Mm-hmm. That's amazing. That's fantastic. But to hit director, I'd say comfort, like closer to 100. So last month in October, we hit you need 50,000 in team volume. We hit 54,000 with 98 trunk shows. Okay. So, you figure November trunk shows can be a little better. But then again, you're going to get sickness. A sickness is, it's going to happen. And guys, too, when you're looking at your reports and you're looking at your bodies, I'd say if you've got 10 stylists, one of them is going to get the flu and drop off your pages. I mean, it's terrible, but it's going to happen, right? So the chances of everybody staying healthy and not have to have cancellations and all that, you've got a buffer this time of year. But, Annabelle, if you could get another 20 trunk shows, it's within reach for sure. So, okay, I'm excited. Okay, back to where we were. Okay, so the booking blitz, the bottle. Okay, we're also going to do something this week that I think will be kind of fun because, beginning of the month, and then for you guys too, is I loved that, Why I Style campaign. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous and fun. Oh, did we lose Julia? Or we're just not?
Yeah.
We lost her?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hopefully she'll come back. I'm going to do something also in a couple days when things calm down a little bit called Holiday Heroes. So who do you want to be a holiday hero for? I thought this was really cute. So, obviously this time of year, I'll be honest, it's about the cash. Like this is your big paycheck, right? And Annabelle and I were talking about this morning too. Like come January, February, March, you guys know, you've been around, it's really hard. And, those paychecks are like, and then you think, oh God, why didn't I max out November more? Like when maybe you're selling enough that your personal commissions are in the 30% range or even the 35% range. And, then you want to max out every single sale because you're just making more money off of it. She's back. And then, also team coaching commissions, as you guys promote, you're going to be making even more money. So, it's okay to focus on the cash, but I also like the idea of, re-engaging with why we're doing what we're doing. And when you look on your team's reports, you can see their goals and their whys. Somebody's just flashed up right before I signed off, and it said, to feel my reason for doing Stella and Dot, somebody on our team was to be more than just a mom. And God knows being a mom is, hugely, amazingly rewarding. But that always reminds me that, even though November's the time to max out that paycheck, there's still people that are doing this just because they get to put on the lipstick and leave the house and feel pretty and do something just for them. So, and also during this time of year, a lot of times we're raising extra money for our family, right? Because we want to have like that extra special Christmas. Last year, I reflected on it, and last year it was all about getting my kids to Hawaii. Not that Hawaii was a burden for me, but the airline ticket was $4,000, and we were still paying off our move from the UK, but it was all about going to Hawaii. And it was really so that my dad could see the kids and I could get the kids to Hawaii. And like I said, I enjoyed going along for the ride, and we pulled it off and we did it. This year though, we're not going anywhere. We're not going anywhere glamorous. It's, my why is more about paying the bills. But Ryan and I had this big fight this week because I want to bring his mom down from Oregon, and we just moved her from a big house to a little house, and or like an apartment, and she's kind of depressed and she's alone, and I really want her to come down. And we looked at the flights, and it's like normally it's like $200 and it's $800. So it's not that big of a dollar amount, but he's not being the nicest son on this one, and he's like, wow, it's really expensive. So I said, well, I'll do one more party. I'll do 2 more parties and I'll pay for it out of my account. So I was like, she might not ever know where this is coming from, and he doesn't want to be reminded. But for me, this is who I would be a holiday hero to, is my mother-in-law, because I really want her with us. I actually like my mother-in-law. So, think about it. Who are you doing this for? And when I do that post, please feel free to share, because it's always good to start off a month, reminding yourself why you're doing what you're doing. Okay? Helpful? Holiday heroes. I think it's fun. Okay. So before I get to challenges, so I mentioned to you guys that I was going through, oh, wait, we didn't talk about, how did I not even write this in here? The Winter Mentor Bonus. I'm so excited about this. I was like, we had this last year, you guys. I was looking at my paychecks last year and trying to like goal myself for this year. And I'm like, there's no bonuses. I need extra bonuses. Like, I need some money. So I'm so excited that they announced this. So if you promote someone on your first line to associate stylist, senior, or star stylist for the first time, they get the bonus, and you guys do too. So this was pretty good last year. And it can really add and pad, right, Annabelle? I think Julia, did you get any of this last year?
I definitely did last year.
All right, awesome. So they get $75, you get $75. Senior, pounds. Sorry, that was 75 pounds. For senior, 150 pounds, and for star, 300 pounds. So no reason not to go for this. But how do you identify who they are? So I took this original list. This is what I was doing that got me all excited and, got me over my exhaustion this morning. This was our little penciled list of initially back in late August, early September, you guys all told me who you thought your potential associate stylists were going to be. And 2 of them have already promoted, which is great. But I went through every single person on here and I just looked up their reports really quick and just looked at, I started with how many trunk shows do they have? Because their personal sales is going to be the most important thing. And then how many stylists do they have on their team? And how many trunk shows do those stylists have? So what really is doable? And I actually had to remind myself, because once again, here comes this senility and menopause. I can't believe I can't remember this stuff anymore, but I had to write down all the requirements for an associate. You know, they need 1,000 PQV, so that's at least 4 trunk shows, like comfortably, right? They need 2,500 TQV, and they need 1 qualified leg. For senior, ideally, they need 4 to 6 trunk shows in their personal. They need to, because they need to sell 1,500 PQV, 5,000 TQV, and 2 qualified. So they need 2 warm bodies, right, to work with. Star. So if you guys, want to hit star, realistically, you need 6 to 8 trunk shows. I mean, that's the norm. And in this month, there's kind of, you really want to max it out. So 2,000 PQV, 10,000 TQV for the team, and then 3 qualified. So you need those 3 warm bodies. So it's really interesting that when I look at this, there's some people that potentially could make star and their personal trunk shows aren't there. But they've got enough on their team to make it happen. So you just want to remind those people that all you need to do is book 2 more trunk shows or 3 more trunk shows and you're comfortably there. So it's just taking some time, look at the reports, and then just reach out to these people. It can, hopefully you're doing weekly calls with these people anyway, but if not, maybe it's just a quick email, especially if it's somebody on your 3rd or 4th line. I wrote to Amy last 2 weeks ago, and she was like, Delaney, I don't know how you stay on top of it. Because I just said, are you aware that this and this, if this happens and this happens and then this happens, she had the potential to triple promote last month. And I just want to make sure she just was aware. It's not that hard to kind of find these people. The other thing that's interesting is, for instance, somebody like Kirstine Durant, she's got 5 trunk shows. That's awesome.
She's doing really well. We just need to get her to sponsor.
Well, exactly. But with 5 trunk shows, and maybe if she can add 2 more with the bracelets, she could then easily give up, one of those trunk shows to a hostess, and ba-bing, she's got a qualified stylist. So totally doable. So that's the tact I would take with her is there anybody that you're doing of those 4 trunk shows that you think would want to become a stylist, and you can make it their thing. Doesn't even have to be an in-home trunk show. If she's doing something through like WIBN or Athena or, for a charity, maybe that hostess wants to become, maybe it's even the coordinator of the WIBN group. Make them the stylist. I've seen other stylists do this, that they make their WIBN gal become the stylist, and then they're qualified. I mean, you got to kind of get creative and think out of the box. But
that's my plan as well, to try and get some more stylists for the next couple of weeks, because I've got so many in the diary. But if I can turn some of those into their trunk shows, then
exactly. And you don't, like I always say, that you don't want to spring it on them. You don't want to wait till they're drunk.
No, I tagged some of my stylists in my post that I did this evening. So some of my this week's hostesses are tagged in my post.
Awesome. So food for thought, ladies. That's great. Way to go. There's a couple of people too. Yeah, there's a lot of these. I mean, Sarah Cornish, 6 trunk shows, no stylist. She'd be an awesome person to have that conversation with. She's on fire. That's incredible. Let's see, who else? It's really exciting to see the people that can, could double and triple promote. Helen, you've got 19 trunk shows on your team right now. Your girls are doing amazing. You've got the warm bodies. So maybe just give yourself a few more trunk shows. I mean, unless you're feeling really good about the ones you have.
I'm desperately trying to get dates in. It's just, I just can't get people to commit. I've got 3 at the moment. But yeah, I'm still trying. I'm just desperate to get at least 2 more. I want at least 2 more.
So use those bracelets. Like I said, that casual quick text, I bet it might be a big unlock. There's something too about now that we're in November. I did have one gal that came back to me. I had texted her as soon as the bracelets came out a couple of days ago, and she keeps saying she wants to do it. She wants to do it. I offered her the 17th, and she's like, well, just she's like, don't hold the date for me, but I'll come back to you. What are other options? So I sent her my other date option, but at least like we've started the conversation again. It's like not dead in the water. So just kind of that casual, like reach out. Hopefully I'll make it happen. Let me just see if there's anything else in here. This is just such a fun exercise. I could do this all day long. It's like the beginning of the magic. So when you dig into those reports and then you see the people that are set up for success, and maybe they're just missing one of the 3 things that they need. So your number one job right now from coaching point of view is just you be aware and then make them aware of the possibilities. Because this is the month where, I keep saying this, the magic can happen, but they need to be aware of it. And then sometimes it's just like a little no-brainer. Oh yeah, I could do that. I don't know if you guys have ever had this where, they reach out to, they've got, 1 or 2 people on their team that have only got 1 trunk show or don't have anything, and just that reach out of, hey, have you thought about hosting? I could bring my jewels over. You could be both the hostess and the stylist. I know you didn't buy any Christmas samples, but we could get you qualified, and you could, be the hostess and the stylist, and, just helping that person that's kind of been quiet, dead in the water to do their own trunk show is one more qualified body, right? So just awareness. And I was talking to Annabelle this morning, and, one thing that I love about this business and that really drives me is I always try and be the pace car. So I feel like if I don't represent for you guys and don't show you what can be possible, so within your own teams, you have to be that as well. You have to be that pace car. Danielle always says this to me, Delaney, nobody's ever going to sell more than you. You guys did last month. But I'm going to be in the competition this month. So being that pace car. And then the second thing is just not having any regrets. So, this is the month to put kind of the pedal to the metal, because you don't want to think, and especially you don't want to have somebody on your team that could have hit something. And it was if they had one more trunk show, if they had one more stylist, one more party. It's like, oh, those are the ones that just kill me. So I don't want to have any regrets, and I don't want them to have any regrets, because this business is supposed to be fun. And this is a super fun month. So I want everybody to enjoy the joy of it and not like burn out and feel pressure. But if you set yourself up for success, then you can just go with it. Annabelle, you must be feeling so good about your diary.
It's looking pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good, she says, oh, so modestly with her 10 trunk shows. 10?
Yeah, I think, 10 or 11, yeah.
Awesome. Right where you should be. You should feel so good about that. You're going to be massively contributing to your team volume, but even more, they're going to see you out there working and checking. And if you can do it, they can do it. So it should give you confidence, and then give them confidence. So help them set themselves up for success sooner rather than later. We will have some nail biters at the end of the month. We always do. It's kind of part of the fun. But I also want to, we have to be careful that we don't fry people and burn them out. Because we've also had that experience where they're like, whoa, I made it, but that was really hard. So, it's for you. Just remember it's for you, and it's there for the taking. It's just, whatever you guys want to do with it. The other thing is, for some of the gals on this list that we thought might become associates, they have no trunk shows and they haven't sponsored. That's okay, but it's up to them to kind of make it happen. So all you guys can really do is just remind them and let them know that the possibilities are out there, that extra Christmas money. But it's there for the taking. No pressure. You're there to hold their hand and help them do it. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But what you don't want to have happen is that they look at their goals and then change their goals. Instead, you want to encourage them to increase their efforts to meet their goals. That's kind of hard to do. But just by being there and, encouraging and just setting out that wash, rinse, repeat, it should happen if they're willing to do it. Okay? All right. So any other questions, challenges, concerns that you guys want to talk about?
Don't think so.
No.
Feeling good? Ready for this month? Excited?
Yes.
Tired already?
That's just being a mum, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It is. I mean, you have to take care of yourselves too, guys. I usually give a speech at some point, and I will be doing it in some of the trainings this week about eat healthy, stay off the booze and sugar. I'm preaching to myself even more than you guys. That Halloween candy is killing me. My girlfriend bought a bottle of Prosecco over last night. I haven't touched any of it because it's just so important to me to feel good and be energized so that I can max out the business, but really also still be a good mom during this crazy time. And when I eat sugar and drink, I'm snappy and bitchy. I don't know about you guys, but it's just such a reaction. And I'll pick and choose when I do my partying. It'll get closer to Christmas, I'm sure. But really take care of yourselves. You know, that's the number one priority. I don't want you guys getting sick. Okay, so challenges this week. Coaching your first line. So take some time to look at those reports. If you haven't already done it, it's fun. It'll really invigorate you. Don't do it tonight because otherwise you won't get to sleep until midnight, okay? Nobody look at reports tonight. Do it. See if you can do it first thing tomorrow morning. Focus on booking the appropriate number of trunk shows for your level. Annabelle, I think you're done. But for anybody else, and actually, you know, just look at where you're at, what you need to do to hit your level in your team. But you know, I think that you probably need to be focusing on your team's bookings right now. See if you can book those 2 more for yourself to be that pace car. So send out that little bracelet. I'm really excited that head office gave that to us. Tag your team for the booking blitz. So if you haven't already done it, try and get them to do Sam's. It'll be nice for them to hear somebody else other than you guys and me. I always like more people because I feel like I say the same stuff over and over, and Sam's so good. So that's kind of it for the challenges. And then we'll go back to our next, we only have 3 more Zoom calls for this whole program. I'll miss seeing you guys every Monday. But that's dealio. Okay?
Okay.
All good, guys. All right, and if anybody wants, Julia, I don't know, are we chatting this week?
Thursday. Is that cool?
Yeah, Thursday at 2:30.
Yeah, perfect.
And then Helen, I know Joe is going like crazy for the next 2 weeks, but if you, and I know she's so good with you guys, but if you need me, I'm here. And if you, while she's in Panto, if you want to do touch bases, whatever you need.
Okay, thank
I love
you.
it. And also anybody on your team, guys, that you feel like is struggling a little bit or, you know, would like some extra, send them my way. I'd love to do a 30-minute one-to-one with them. So if they would think, you know, if you think it would be helpful.
Okay.
Yay. All right, guys, new stylist training, and I'm going to be doing 10 minutes of top tips every day until I run out of things to say. It'll almost, you think that'll ever happen? It'll almost always be at 8 p.m. You're all going, no, this is not going to happen. Let's see what happens. I don't want to be annoying, but you know, all those newbies, they don't know me yet. They haven't heard my shtick, right? Fresh meat, fresh blood. Thanks, you guys. All right, have a wonderful evening. Everybody go to bed.
Thanks, Delaney.
Thanks very much. See you later.
Nighty-night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.